Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys around Mining Disrupt 2025 at Fort Lauderdale. It's the biggest Bitcoin, or you could say Asic mining conference in the world. And today I'm going to be showing you guys around, walking around this expo hall here and giving you guys an overview, seeing how everything is set up over here and seeing if you guys would be interested in jumping in for Mining Disrupt 2026, 2027, 2028. Showing you what this industry has for sale and also for anything related to Bitcoin mining. So there are pools out here like VABTC is out here. I think Nano Pool is out here. You have Brains out here, Hive OS. You got Iceriver here, also Bitmain. So you got all the Asic miners. You got the pools. You have various mining accessories and containers and things like that. All the stuff is here. Buying and selling hashing power, all that stuff. So before I start walking around, wanted to say make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, go to cryptollc.org. If you're looking to set up an ASIC mining farm, looking to get yourself some Doge Coin miners. Sorry. Looking to get yourself some Doge Coin miners. I almost crashed into that guy. Doge Coin miners looking to host with us in North Dakota. By the way, we have a megawatt available for hosting there. So you can jump in with us in North Dakota. Or if you want to get yourself a megawatt of power in North Dakota, we're selling 1 megawatt of power. You get the pass-through rate from the electric company, which means you get 3.2 cents kWh. That's the pass-through rate, average pass-through rate for 2024. And then you get, sorry, mixing up my words. There's a 0.5 cent management fee on top of that. So you have 3.2 plus half, so about 3.7. So you're under 4 cents all in North Dakota. So you can bring over your miners, S21s, S19s, WhatsMiners, Doge Coin miners, whatever you want, anything you want. We're bringing that to North Dakota and start mining under 4 cents all in with management. So it's a great way to jump in and get one of the cheapest rates. To give you an idea, hosting is 7.5 cents, right? So you can host your miners at 7.5, or you can jump in and get something at below 4. So that's a huge difference. It's a huge amount of savings there. And you can get all of that at cryptollc.org. Check out our site. Before we get started, Bitcoin saves your wealth and Jesus Christ saves your soul. All right, let's go. So let's go walk around this expo. I'm going to just quickly stop by booths that I think are important and to show you around. So here is the first one we're going to look at. This is Alpha Miner. They make Doge Coin miners. They have a home Doge Coin miner you can deploy at your home. Runs on 120 and 120 or 240. So you do not need to have like special power coming into your home. You don't have to set up your mining, your miner in your garage where you can actually get 240. You can just plug that right into your room. It goes into a 120 volt power plug, and it's on a C13. So you just plug that right in your room. You can heat up your room and get paid in Doge Coin. So it's a great way of running a miner like that. If you, you're not able to set up, like a big farm, or maybe even just set up a 100K dub mining facility, and you just want to jump in and get yourself one miner, that's a great way to do it. So you can see here there are various offerings: DG1, DG1 Plus, DG Home, DG Hydro, and then today they announced DG2. So DG2 is going to be the most efficient miner. You can see here DG1 is 0.31 joules a mega hash, and then 0.28 joules a tera mega hash for DG1 Plus. DG Home is 0.3 joules a mega hash. And then you have your Hydro, again, same 0.3. So DG2 has a dramatic increase in efficiency and performance. It runs at 0.1. So it's basically 3 times more efficient than any of these miners here. So it's a really nice miner there. So you want to look into that if you want to build, you're looking to get into Doge Coin, build out your Doge Coin mining facility. But then you want to also compare it to the newest Bitmain miner, which is the L9. So you want to look at that one. By the way, I haven't myself seen it yet, the L9. I do not know the efficiency before I started making this video. So hopefully they are similar, at that 0.1 joules a mega hash. area there. You got Ant Alpha Prime. You got WhatsMiners. So this is Micro BT. You guys know WhatsMiners. We don't run any WhatsMiners, but if you are a WhatsMiner guy out there, right, you love WhatsMiners, then this is the booth you want to be at. Their prices are a little bit more expensive than Bitmain, but we've been hearing it over and over and over again from basically everyone in the industry that they make more reliable miners than Bitmain miners. They break less often, like a lot less often, but they are more expensive. And you know, maybe you can get a great deal on some used WhatsMiners. And for us here at Crypto LLC, right, we don't really care what miner you run, right? So if you want to jump in with us and host with us a megawatt in North Dakota, it doesn't matter to us if you ship us WhatsMiners or Bitmain miners or Doge Coin miners. You know, get yourself some Iceriver miners. You want to mine some other, it doesn't matter to us. You mine whatever you want. You know, you just let us know and we'll run it for you. Here is a mining container from Giga. Again, actually I want to go in here and show you guys how they have it. And I'm going to try to go a little bit faster for this video because I'm already 6 minutes in. I'm 6 minutes in and I only covered like 20% of this expo here. Or maybe I'll just do some editing. You see how they have their exhaust here? They're wasting their money on these fans. Remove them. Move this closer. See, they're still making these type of mistakes when they're constructing their mining facilities. You see how the space is now limited here? Right, not as much space. And then their intake is these fans right here, right on the intake, which means every single miner here is overheating, okay, immediately. Yeah, you're just wasting money on that. That's very, very, very not smart. They do have a roof. That's cool. They have a roof, 2 roofs here. You lift this one up, I think probably like at a flat level. So that is nice that they have a roof. They got rid of their louvers, but the roof you see here on the edge is not extended here. I would have extended it all the way because the rain is gonna fly in there on the sides. So you gotta make sure you gotta protect your sides there. Here is another container from Fbox. I have never seen this container before, but you guys can take a look. This is a hydro container, so it's a rack. Let me go from the other side. It is a rack type of container. So you don't have like miners, traditional miners. You don't have immersion miners. These are hydro.
Back in the day, like I said,
hydro racks. So you're gonna slide racks in here of miners, right? So you have a handle, you pull out the miner, slide in the one here, 1, 2, 3, probably 3 fit in here. Again, I don't know much about this container, but I was just gonna show you guys around some of the innovations and some of the changes that these mining containers, you know, we go through year after year where they innovate. They make it easier and easier to run things. You can see here, we have all of our water ports coming in here, cold and hot, into these racks. And then you got your 3-phase connector here. See that? Little plugs like that. By the way, I might be mistaken about what exactly you can run, because maybe you can run multiple setups. That's not closing. Multiple different setups here. You know, like Bitmain has their hydro miners, right? Everyone is kind of going to racks, which is the correct way to go, by the way. We think that is the correct way to go. Having a big old box, like a regular Bitmain miner, and then having these weird little plastic tubes sticking out of it. You know, it looks ugly, it looks unprofessional, and it looks like, you know, it just looks gimmicky. Like you want to just do it in racks, you know, build it out like a rack. And also one of the positive things about building out a rack is like in the future you could reuse your infrastructure for something else, you know, because if it's built out like racks, then you could even use it like a data center, like a compute data center sometime in the future if you wanted to, since everything's already built like a rack. Now we're moving on to TicTac. This is, I think, a reseller, distributor of miners. So if you guys are looking to buy yourself some miners, you can contact TicTac, not TikTok, TicTac, and they sell miners. Looks like Bitmain at miners for sure. They probably sell other types of miners, presumably. But if you guys want the best prices, we have the best prices, right? We have the best prices at cryptollc.org. We have them because we are not just talking to one company like Tic Tac. We're talking to like 10 of them, you know, and more. And so we get one of the best prices because we're talking to multiple vendors and looking for, hey, do you have miners in the United States? Hey, do you have miners in Canada? Can you know, how much is it going to cost to ship? Sometimes you contact a company like Tic Tac and they're going to be like, well, we do have miners, but they're in China. And you got to pay tariffs. And you got to wait 2 months, you know, things like that. So it's best to just contact us as we get the best price. But again, you can go to Tic Tac if you want to. Here is that tube thing I was talking about from the Hydro miner, S21XP Hydro. You see how gimmicky that is? That's what I'm talking about. Very, very like, just, I mean, it works, but it's so like caveman level, you know, of a miner. It's best to just go to racks. Let's see if I find a rack. Here's an immersion miner from Bitmain. Simon. Hey. Yeah, I'll be back. I'm just making little videos. There's immersion mining. Immersion miner. Let's go this way. By the way, that was Simon. It's we've known him for a couple of years. He's a Bitmain representative. Sells miners, you know, sets up farms and things like that. So here's the S21 Pro miner. You see, it doesn't have that C13 hook plug here. It has a what's the name of this thing? It's like a J26 or something like that. Anyway, it's got 3 phases and a ground, and that's the way they set up their miners now. So you go from this to like a C19, or you can go from this directly to a PDU that has that same exact port. So you go from like if this is a J26, then it's J26 to J26. If that's correct name, I don't remember. Over there is like a theater or main hall, not a hall. What's the name of those things? Stage. It's the main stage over there. And now let's go check out Foundry. So Foundry is one of the biggest pools. I think it is it is the biggest pool. Foundry USA pool. That is one of the pools you could use. The problem with Foundry is when you log in there, they are doing a KYC on all their clients, which, you know, in terms of Bitcoin, that goes against everything that Bitcoin is, right? Bitcoin is not KYC. Bitcoin is freedom. And so when we found out that you need to do KYC for that, you know, it's like out of principle, I don't want to use Foundry, right? Just out of principle. All right, let's keep going here. There's various like resellers of like buying and selling hash rate. There's transformers you can buy. By the way, Maddox is out here as well. The Washington-based company that makes transformers. Like they were living like pretty much exactly where I was living for like a decade, and I didn't even know if Maddox was out there. But I'll show you guys around this transformer here. So this is a Foundry Electric 300 kVA. This is 1/3 of a megawatt. Let's see. Here's your where's the input for the voltage here? Sometimes they have a little knob you can change. Maybe it doesn't have that. Anyway, you got your legs here. This is a 300 kVA, so it's like a 1/3 of a megawatt. So you don't need big legs. They have tiny little legs here. See how small they are? Just a couple of hookups here. You got your neutral, you know, ABC. This is high voltage coming in. So you have your 3 from this up from the power lines. The power lines come in here. They have a suction cup. They go bloop, and they just flop on there. And then these 3 over here, these are for if you want to daisy chain a transformer. Oh, here it is. Here's the tap changer here. So this is where you can change the tap. You can change what voltage the transformer is plugging into on the power lines. So if the power lines are 25,000 volts, and this thing has a 25,000 volt connection, then you can change it there. All right, let's keep going here.
I will take it a step further and say that there are some clients that, just like with Iceriver, we are taking
Luxor hardware. Oh, Nomad is here. So Nomad is getting a passport in a different country. And then it's for people that don't want to get ripped off by the government they live in. You know, you're tired of paying huge American taxes. You can go to Nomad, get yourself a passport. They can even help you renounce your citizenship and just get out of here and go to some other country that has less taxes. Also allows you to offload. They help you like diversify your company into a different country or a different jurisdiction, so they can lower your taxes. And it helps out a lot, by the way. And they also have a YouTube channel, so you can go there and check it out. Here's Brains. We worked with them before, but now we are with Vnish, which we think is a lot better. What else we got over here? Bitcoin Mining Museum. Oh, we got the old stuff over there. Let's go take a look at those old miners. Little fast breakdown of this.
Pull it out.
I will not make that mistake.
What the heck is
You
this?
haven't watched this documentary? Fantastic documentary.
Micro BT M60. I think we're starting from the Rana area here. I gotta go over here. Here we go. WhatsMiner M29, May 2018, I think. I remember when they used to make miners like this, like a S9. You got your hookups here. I remember that time. You got your
No.
WhatsMiner M3. Look at this tiny little thing.
You never ran any of this.
D's miner? Never heard of that. Minerva. WhatsMiner M60. Now this is getting up there. M60 Plus to the newer tech. Let's go to the other side here.
This is my first one.
What is this? 2015, 50 gigahashes. Wow, old stuff. Look at this, got a little radiator, huh? Water cooled. Butterfly Labs. I think that's before Bitmain. If I'm not mistaken, that was before Bitmain. Butterfly Labs. Rock Miner. I don't know what Rock Miner is. Future Bit. Brains. Oh, this is their control board. BCB 100. I wonder why it's over here for a control board. What's this? Mara Tech. Anyway, Dragon Mint. Yeah, it was S9 days. Where's that famous S9? What's this? E-band E9. TCD. Okay, S21. This ain't no museum. It's like a new miner there. 2024. S19. 2020. S15. S11. Look at this thing. S7. S7. Where's S9? S5. Where's the famous S9? It doesn't exist? Did I miss the S9? S5s. Ha. This little thing, look at that. Let's go over here. Asic Miner Blades 1. Wow. Look at this. That looks like it's going to have a million problems over time. All right, let's keep going. Also, a lot of merchandise. You know, merchants out here. Kaboom Racks. So Kaboom Racks, they sell miners. We also work with them. Sometimes they have decent deals. So, we work with them as well. Here is VIP Lounge. Let's go over here. Let's take a look at these PDUs. So this is that hookup I was talking about. Got the connector there, just like that J. So right into this, goes right into the S21. So you got your, see, S21 runs on 2-phase. So you got 1, 2, neutral. Let me take a look at this one here. Oh, that's kind of different. I don't know what that is. But basically, you can kind of run whatever you want there. Some miners might just be like, just 2 phases coming in. Another miner's got 3 phases, and so on. And then you got digital shovel. By the way, I have these videos like IntelliFlex and digital shovel. I got more detailed videos of them. So this is just a walkthrough on the Expo. It's already like 20 minutes, unless I start cropping the video here. But there's so much stuff to show in the Expo here. Here's a BC40 Elite 1 megawatt from Fog Hashing. That's kind of their setup. A lot of them are starting to move their cooling tower to the top to save space, which I'll make a video about how I don't think that's, that's like a legitimate reason. But anyway, I'll show you guys around on that. But yeah, pretty much that's it for the Expo. Here's that digital shovel inside. It's pretty much it for the Expo. Hope you guys liked the video. You know what to do. Like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Go to cryptollc.org. You're looking to get yourself a megawatt in North Dakota. You're looking to host a megawatt in North Dakota. Or you're looking to buy or sell ASICs. That's going to be it for this one. Until next time. Goodbye.